Yo.
Coming to you live from New York and Philly. It's the number one rated Paulie Tony Fusco Show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here. Well, kind of here with Tony Fusco because today we're on the road, Tony. You know, most shows hosts, they're lazy. They don't go to the source. We go straight to the source. At least one of us does. Two people not in the show budget. Fox Sports, very cheap. But cheap. One of us here, in fact, Tony, right now I'm standing outside the NBA league offices right over there, right across the street. You know, you can see it. It's behind that truck, which is unfortunately blocking the way right now. Hey, move! Yeah, there you go. All right, see, there. I mean, he's kind of here. There he goes. You get out of the way. All right, there. Anyway, there's the league office there, Tony, and I'm going to go in there right now because, as you know, we're on the precipice, as they say, of the worst sporting event, go Birds, of the worst sporting event in history. Of course, I'm talking about the unwatchable Thunder Pacers series. I'm going to go into the league office, and on behalf of sports fans everywhere and just people in general, I'm going to demand that they replace at least one of those teams, maybe two with new teams, so we have something we can watch.
Exactly.
And I'm also going to go see if we can verify the rumors that you, Tony, you sourced yourself, that Adam Silver is actually looking to replace the Pacers with the Lakers in the finals and hopes nobody cares or notices.
Exactly. And as I said, they both wear yellow jerseys. They can just cross out the L-A-K and put over it P-A-C. And when people are watching on their cell phones, they're not going to be able to see it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to see it anyway. So, so that we're going to go in there very soon. But, Tony, as you know, there's big news happening in New York. We heard it. Took a lot of people by surprise, not us. So we're going to get into that right now in our top story.
Top story.
All right, first out the gate, the Knicks, they fired their head coach, Tom Thibodeau. Many people taken by surprise, not us. We totally saw this coming. Of course. Predicted it. The Knicks, they made their first conference final for the first time in 25 years. And people are saying, well, that's the reason why Thibodeau should have kept his job. Tony, that is totally ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, these idiots have no idea what they're talking about. Firing Thibodeau was definitely the right move. You see, the Knicks usually have success every 20 years. Having success every 25 years, that's just way too long. They need to get back to their usual every other decade success. And this was the only way to do it.
Great point there, Tony. And, this isn't the only move that the Knicks need to make. I mean, people are clearly forgetting what got them to the finals last time, aren't they?
Exactly. The Knicks need to follow the blueprint from 1999. They need to start a lockout. The Knicks need to stop focusing so much on improving their basketball and focus more on convincing players in the league that they're woefully underpaid, so they'll demand a change in the CBA and go on strike and cause a shortened season so they don't burn out at the end like they always do. If they can get the season down to, 47 or 48 games, they will make the finals. Well, in about 20 years after they start sucking as usual and then get good again.
Terrific analysis there, Tony. And
thank you.
I got to say, I never trusted this Thibodeau guy.
Same.
Not just as a coach, but as a person. I mean, if the guy can't even pronounce his own last name, I mean, how can you trust that guy?
Totally. His name is clearly Thibodeau. You can't have a TH in there and then tell everyone it's a T sound. No. If you see a girl with a very voluptuous bottom, do you say, oh, that girl is thick? No, of course not. You say, oh, that girl is thick. Which is also why I never trusted Mike Krzyzewski. He's going around telling everybody his name is pronounced Krzyzewski. That makes no sense. No. And, if you can't even read your own name, how are you going to read plays? You can't.
Just great points all around there, Tony. And, what's next? Hold on. Oh, we got big news, important news coming across. Hit that breaking news sounder.
Breaking news.
This just in, Tony, just came across my phone, an alert. Breaking news. The NBA Finals, there's been fear of the low ratings. Well, ABC and Disney have announced they are moving the finals to True TV.
Wow.
So if you're planning to watch the NBA Finals, it says here, you tune in to True TV.
Wow.
The games will air after back-to-back episodes of Impractical Jokers, and the best of live PD. And then finally at 11:30 p.m. on tape delay, you'll be able to see the NBA Finals highlight packages, the best moments condensed down to 15 minutes. So there you go. There's that breaking news.
That's perfect for everybody, and that just shows that their worst fears are coming true.
It shows. So, but we got better ideas, Tony. So don't worry. We're going to go in. We're going to fix this. ABC's going to change their mind. All right. Well, there's that breaking news. But we do have to talk about the most exciting battle going on in the NBA playoffs. Of course, I'm talking about John Mellencamp versus Pat McAfee. Now, if you haven't been following the story, Mellencamp, he got angry with Pat McAfee because he said McAfee was being rude to Knicks fans by telling fans to boo them and also telling them to shut up. And he said that is not Hoosier hospitality. And John Mellencamp's totally right about that, isn't he, Tony?
Totally. We all know that when it comes to Indiana basketball, there was no greater example of Hoosier hospitality than legendary Indiana Hoosiers head coach Bobby Knight. He was very hospitable. He would never tell someone to shut up. Never. No. He would just gently choke them until they lost consciousness, And if anyone needed a place to sit, he would throw an aluminum folding chair right in their direction, so this way they would get it faster. It was just so hospitable and a shining example of Hoosier hospitality.
Just a beautiful, moving tribute there by you, Tony.
Thank you.
Just what a great man he was.
Such a great man.
Well, let's get to baseball. News we got to talk about there. The Colorado Rockies just having a terrible season. Now have the worst record in baseball that we've seen since the 1870s and 1880s.
Yeah.
And, Tony, that just really makes you wonder what's going wrong inside the organization, doesn't it?
Yeah. I did some research here on Wikipedia, and I have to ask, are we sure the Colorado Rockies don't have dysentery? Because I was reading that those teams that sucked in the 1800s were bad because they got dysentery from drinking water that was contaminated with rat shit. And also directly eating rat shit when they ran out of food. So I have to wonder.
You have to wonder. Excellent research there, Tony. And I have to wonder,
Thank
too.
you.
How are they getting to the games? Are they traveling by, planes and buses? Or are they taking, carts and buggies?
Yeah.
Because, this is the Rockies. And, they don't have roads somewhere. Got to go over very treacherous terrain.
Exactly.
And, I saw an episode of Gunsmoke once where they had to go through a dust storm. And, well, let me tell you, that can really hurt a baseball team.
Yeah. This is why putting a team in the middle of the Colorado Rocky Mountains was such a terrible idea.
Yeah, just a terrible idea. They clearly didn't think any of that through.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's get to the NFL, where, Caleb Williams, there's this controversy surrounding him because, people said that he clearly doesn't want to be a Bear. And, well, in a recent interview, he came out and said he does want to be a Bear. And, Tony, what are your thoughts on this?
Wow. This is just so wonderful and so great to see him come out and publicly embrace his sexuality, especially during Pride Month. It makes you really appreciate when someone can...
I think we got our wires crossed here. Caleb Williams wants to be a Chicago Bear.
Oh, a Chicago Bear. Okay.
Yeah.
My mistake, because, I saw the pink nails, and you said that he came out, and everyone exactly, and then people go to California, they come back,
Very easy to get confused, that Tony.
Yeah.
It's also a perfect segue because on the subject of California, there are these rumors out there that the Dolphins are looking to trade Tyreek Hill to the San Francisco 49ers. Now, a lot of people out there, these morons, are saying that this trade makes no sense. But I think Tyreek Hill, is clearly a perfect fit for San Francisco, isn't it?
Tyreek Hill is a perfect fit for the San Francisco 49ers because, you see, the team nickname 49er comes from people who were digging for gold. And Tyreek Hill has tons of experience with gold diggers. He's dated and impregnated several gold diggers, so he can understand the team culture intimately.
Just terrific analysis all around there, Tony. And,
Thank you.
Now it's time in the show. We set up top. I'm standing outside the NBA League office. There they are, right across the street there. All right, I'm going to prepare to go in there, Tony. But first, we're going to do that. We're going to make a little money for ourselves after this commercial break.
You know, obviously the best thing to wear is a beautiful green football jersey.
Yeah.
But what do you do on that one day every 2 weeks when your football jersey's in the wash? The answer is simple. Fresh, clean threads. And Tony, you've got one of their shirts on right now, don't you?
Yeah, it's beneath my beautiful green football jersey. But let me show you. This shirt is so fresh and so clean and so soft that I'm even actually considering wearing it on days when my beautiful green football jersey isn't in the wash.
You know, I got mine on now, Tony.
Looking good, Paulie.
Very comfortable, very soft, but I gotta say, you know, I kind of wish it had, you know, a big number 5 right here, and, you know, maybe the team logos right here and right there. We'll have to bring it up with the Fresh Clean Threads.
Yeah, we'll talk to them
people.
tomorrow.
But now you out there, if you want to look this good, you go to freshcleanthreads.com, you enter the promo code Fusco15, and you get 15% off your entire order. And if that promo code doesn't work, well, that just means you're illiterate and can't type.
Yeah.
Freshcleanthreads.com, promo code Fusco15, 15% off. Go there now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back from break. All right, so just to reestablish what's going on here, I'm on the ground in New York. Here I'm standing. I was on the other side of the street. Now I've moved up to this side of the street. I'm standing outside the NBA League office. There it is. There you see the NBA logo. We're at 645 Fifth Avenue. Because
there you go.
Unlike most hosts who sit inside their studios,
lazy,
and they just sit there lazy and complain, bitch and moan. No, we go to the source.
No, we get stuff done.
Exactly. So I'm going to go in there, Tony, on behalf of America, and tell them, demand that they change these teams, swap them out for this terrible NBA Finals that's happening that nobody wants to watch.
Exactly.
So many better things everybody could do at that time.
Exactly.
And, you know, help the league. Do them a favor.
That's what we're doing. We provide solutions.
Exactly. So, Tony, I'm going to go in right now, and I'm, you know, going to go have a word there with Adam Silver.
Let's do it.
Let's go. So here I am. I'm entering the building right now. I'm going through the revolving doors.
Wow, very New York. So how are the revolving doors? How do they open?
They are greased very nicely, Tony. I got to say, very smooth. So,
and how's the lobby looking over there?
Here's a shot of the lobby. We got a very colorful here. You know, we got some artwork there. Very sophisticated.
Okay,
Tony. I'm very impressed.
Nice. Now, do they have like a coffee place down there? Like if somebody needs a little
you can get a coffee, you know, because you're going to need coffee for the NBA Finals. Trust me, if you're watching
exactly
that garbage,
right.
You're going to need a more than coffee, let's just say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. All right, hold on. I'm going to go up there. Hello. Oh, Paulie Fusco, #1 rated show.
Okay.
I know you're very excited. He's starstruck.
Of course.
All right, anyway, I'm here. I'd like to speak to Adam Silver. Do I have an appointment? Do I need an appointment? He's asking if I have an appointment. No, just tell him Paulie Fusco's here.
Hell no.
He's not going to call him. All right, hold on. I got to speak with this gentleman here. May I speak with you for a moment, sir?
Talk to me.
You're live on the Paulie and Tony Fusco Show, Fox Sports Radio. First name Paulie, last name Fusco.
Yeah, bro.
So as you know, this NBA Finals, bro.
Yes,
not good. Not good. Thunder Pacers. Are you excited about that?
No, because I'm a Knicks fan.
There you go. See,
there you go.
Wouldn't it be better if the NBA swapped teams out? What if we made it Knicks-Lakers? What about Lakers-Sixers? Wouldn't that be better?
I mean, if they earn the spot, yeah. I mean.
No. Nobody wants earned. This guy doesn't
Earned.
understand how you make TV.
Yeah.
Okay, look. What's your name, sir? What's your name? All right, Anthony. Paulie Fusco. I know you're very excited.
I know who you are.
He knows who you are, of course.
I know it's very confidential. We heard that Adam Silver upstairs is planning to swap out the Pacers with the Lakers because, you know, they both wear yellow jerseys.
Yup.
Try to have the same name, Pacers, Lakers.
Right?
Exactly. What's the difference? Have you heard that?
I've never heard nothing like that. No.
Oh, he's covering.
Right?
Okay.
Company man.
Company man. Toeing the line.
All right. Is Adam Silver ready? Have you called him yet?
No, he's not here.
He's not here. Adam Silver's not here. Where is he?
I have no idea.
I think I saw him behind the little. He was hiding from you. I saw him back there.
Listen, look, let me just can I run some ideas by you? Do you know Mr. Silver? Maybe you'd speak to him. Oh, he's spoken to him. Okay, here's an idea for you. Caitlin Clark, right? She's injured.
I love her, though. She's awesome.
She plays for an Indiana basketball team. Why not just put her on the Pacers? Wouldn't you want to watch that?
That would be pretty awesome. She would probably be a better shooter than most of the guys on that team anyway.
He thinks it's awesome. All right, go ahead, call Silver and tell him.
I can't do that, man. I can't do that.
He's not doing it yet. Hold on. Let me give you another one.
Go ahead.
All right, Anthony, listen to this. How about each team gets to bring back one player? So it's Thunder bring back Russell Westbrook. Ron Artest goes back to the Pacers, and instead of playing each other, they fight people in the stands.
I'll take that.
He'll take
Hey,
it.
so it's 2 for 2.
There you go. All
2
right,
for
Anthony.
2.
All right, call up. He's got the phone right here.
I can't go upstairs, man.
Can I
Unless
just
you
call?
have an appointment with him.
All right, can you put me down, Paulie Fusco? I'd like to make an appointment.
Does
What
he
time
take
is it now?
walk-ins? What about
Here's what you do.
walk-ins?
Yeah, does he take walk-ins?
That's not.
He does not take walk-ins. This guy,
I'm sorry, guys, man. I can't help you.
Look, Anthony, I got to tell you, I know you like your job. You're clearly doing well here.
Thank you.
With this Pacers Thunder finals, it could bankrupt the whole league.
It's killing me.
It's killing it. It's
don't
killing
like
it.
it. I don't
Exactly.
like it
We're
at
here to
all.
He
help.
doesn't like it at all.
At all.
So, if this place, they lose money because of this finals, they turn this into a Walmart, you're going to be like a greeter at the door
That's
for
all.
Walmart.
That's it. As long as they don't touch my pay, I'm good.
I don't know. I've heard. We heard they're moving the finals to True TV. The finals are going to be on True
That's gonna
TV.
be
That's
crazy.
how. Well, that's what we heard.
I mean, bad
Breaking
enough
news.
we need
He didn't
20
even know.
streaming devices just to watch a game. I mean,
It's insane what's going on. All right. Well, look, Anthony.
talk to me.
I'm gonna ask you one last time.
Go ahead, Paul.
You got to make that call.
I can't do it, brother. I could lose my job fast. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Well, you know what I have to say to you, Anthony. You're off the show.
You're off the show, Anthony.
Get out of here.
Off the show.
You're off the show. That's it. Nobody. You cowards. Nobody wanted to take any of our ideas there, Tony. You know what? If this place
Scared.
goes under, I hope you're all enjoying your coffee because that's the last one you're going to be able to afford in this building.
Yeah, that's it, because it's going to
Yeah.
be a Walmart
All right.
soon.
Well, broadcasting live from a future Walmart, Tony. This has
Exactly.
been the Paulie and Tony
We
Fusco
tried
show.
to help them. We tried
We
to
tried to help them.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're just going to wrap the show in.
Yeah, let's go
Nobody
ahead and
wants
wrap
great
the
ideas.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
kidding
no.
me?
Someone who's less helpful than Anthony.
Yeah, someone who's less helpful than Anthony.
What is it?
Producer Jay, what do you want?
Corrections.
What? Go. I got to get out of here. I don't even want to be outside
just
this
go.
You said the NBA Finals got moved to True TV due to the fear of low ratings.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we just reported that, bro. Listen.
Yeah.
No. That will never happen. All the games are going to be live on ABC.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's not going to be live? After this show.
Yeah. You want to see low ratings? Check out your Tinder profile.
Oh, are we done?
Yeah,
are we
that's
done?
it. We're
No,
done. That's it.
What?
What?
You said you don't think Tom Thibodeau knows how to pronounce his own name?
Yeah, bro.
It starts TH, and he's saying Tib.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No. Of course he knows how to pronounce his own name. It's his name.
Oh, yeah, well, I can pronounce your name. Dead.
Yeah, I can also spell your name. N-O space P-E-N-I-S. Oh, you're
Great
done.
one,
That's it. No
Tony.
more.
You know,
We're getting out of
that's when we
here.
wrap the show. Hey,
Yeah.
this just came across my text. Guess who's on the show next week, Tony?
Who?
Super Bowl hero, Eagles legend Nick Foles will
Wow,
be joining us when we're back
huge.
in studio. Hopefully after a different NBA Finals.
Yeah,
there's still
exactly.
time to fix it. Hopefully the NBA.
Hopefully
that they listen
Anthony
here.
delivers our message.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, sir. Yes.
I'm just watching the show.
Oh, well, there you go. I know
Yeah,
you're
we got
very
fans
excited.
everywhere.
He got a free pass, Tony.
Yeah.
Hey, you did. So, hey, don't
Yep.
forget. You go, you rate and review on Apple Podcasts.
Like
you
and subscribe. Yup.
You visit our sponsors, freshcleanthreads.com. You visit the merch store. You got work to do,
You got
people,
work to do.
Just like the NBA. Hey,
Yup.
but Tony, great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people next week.
See ya.